This is A2Pure Maths. We are in Unit 6 and we're looking at the binomial expansion then for any rational n. Last video we did our wee introduction. We did examples 1 and 2. This is now going to be examples 3 and 4. So use the binomial theorem to expand 1 over 1 minus x in ascending powers of x as far as a term in x cubed. So again we know 1 over 1 minus x. We're going to want to rewrite that as 1 minus x to the power of minus 1. And effectively, because our binomial theorem only holds for a plus, we want to rewrite that really as 1 plus minus x all to the power of minus 1. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go to the binomial expansion, and anytime I see an n, I'm going to exchange it for a minus 1. And actually this time, anytime I see an x, I'm then going to exchange it then for a minus x. So let's expand this out. It's going to give us 1 plus minus 1 upon minus x plus minus 1 minus 2 all over 2 factorial minus x squared plus minus 1 minus 2 minus 3 all over 3 factorial minus x cubed. Tidy that up then. 1 plus x. That's a minus, so they cancel, and it's 1 times 2 divided by 2, so that just disappears to a 1. Minus x squared cancels the negative as well, so it's just a plus x squared. Minus times a minus times a minus gives us a minus, and that's a 6 on the top and a 6 on the bottom, so that all cancels out. We have a minus here, and minus x cubed is a minus as well, so those two minuses now cancel, so we end up with a plus. So that's pretty much us. Let's get a wee final line then and say what it's valid for. Therefore 1 over 1 minus x equals 1 plus x squared plus x cubed, valid for modulus of x is less than 1. On to example 4 then. Obtain the first 5 terms in the expansion of the square root of 1 plus 2x. State the values of x for which the expansion is valid. This will be slightly different, require a wee bit more work, but we're up for that. So we want to rewrite this. I hope we're happy enough that this is going to be rewritten as 1 plus 2x. That's going to be the same as 1 plus, and I'm going to put my 2x in the brackets just to really show that anytime I see an x, I'm exchanging it then for a 2x, and then that's obviously then to the power of a half. So let's expand this one out. Remember, we need an extra term here, so more sums to do. So it's going to be 1 plus nx, so that's a half upon 2x plus a half upon minus a half all over 2 factorial 2x all squared plus a half upon minus a half upon minus 3 over 2 3 factorial 2x cubed, and can I fit it in, plus a half upon minus a half upon minus 3 over 2 upon minus 5 over 2, just about fit it in, all over 4 factorial upon, then can you just about see this, that's going to be 2x all to the power of 4. So let's start and work this out. 1 plus x, and we'll do this in a couple of steps, I suppose, plus a half times minus a half, so it's going to be minus quarter on the top, 2 on the bottom, and then a 4x squared here. Hopefully you're okay with the 3 things then that I've done there. Minus times a minus, 1 times a 1 times a 3, so on the top we have a 3/8 On the bottom we have a 6, and then we have an 8x cubed. On the top we're going to have a negative because there's 3 things we're multiplying. Top line 1 times 1 times 3 times 5, so we have minus 15 over 16. 4 factorial, of course, is 24. That's 1 times 2 times 3 times 4. And then 2x to the power 4 gives me 16. X to the power 4. What are we doing? So 1 plus x minus a quarter and the 4 will cancel out then just to give us a negative, and then we have a half left there, so it's going to be minus a half. I of course shouldn't have written my plus. Let's get rid of that. Minus a half x squared. So what I'm going to have here, so this one's not too bad either, because we have the 8 there is going to cancel out with the 8 there. I hope you can see that. Then there's a 3 and a 6 left, and 3 and a 6 then give you a half, and that's a plus. So plus a half x cubed. Then this one's going to be a negative. The 16 cancels with the 16 there, so we're left with 15 over 24. Both of those divide by 3, so we get then 5 over 8, so it's minus 5/8 x to the power of 4. So more or less our final line with a wee bit to do with what it's valid for here. Therefore, the square root of 1 plus 2x equals 1 plus x minus a half x squared plus a half x cubed minus 5/8 x to the power 4 valid for, so note we exchanged our x for a 2x, so that means minus 1 less than 2x, as in 2x has to be in between minus 1 and 1, so that means it's minus a half less than x less than 1, or if you wish, modulus of x is less than a half.